These stories are inspired by the actual case files of the Office of Scientific Investigation and Research.
Ah oui, la visite, faut prendre garde. Marissa, there's one gift you didn't open yet.
C'est bien. Thank you so much.
You must thank your uncle, too.
Anytime, ma chérie.
This has been the best day. Oh. Okay, so I had an idea what you were getting. Let's go break it in. Should we help clean up?
Mais non, go and enjoy yourselves.
Ah, ce qu'elle a grandi.
You serve first. Marissa, go easy on it.
C'est Marissa!
Ancient myths and man's imagination have conjured up a lexicon of monsters. The Greek Minotaur, the dragons of Avalon, ocean leviathans, werewolves. We tell our children they are only made-up stories. Nothing so hideous in our world.
Did you see the bodies?
No.
You're lucky. I've never seen anything like it before.
Only a sick man would hide down here.
No man did what I saw.
What the hell was that? We're going to need backup.
Call it in.
Base, this is Unit 3. We're approaching Junction 4B. Something's definitely down here. Unable to confirm at this time. Requesting backup.
File number 28120, Case Manager Connor Doyle, initial case log. We're investigating the mysterious deaths of 4 individuals. One survivor of the attacks, one officer, Jacques Gauthier, remains in a coma. Preliminary interview is underway.
I hope you haven't just had lunch. The bite marks are rather large, but similar in pattern and depth to a predatory reptile. I'm no animal expert, but I'd say whatever did this was attempting to feed on the first two victims.
What about the others?
Well, it looks to me like they just, what's the word? Annoyed it.
I was the third man on the reconnaissance. Jacques stationed me near the mouth of the sewer. I heard that roar, I don't know what else to call it, and screaming and thrashing in the water.
What makes you think it wasn't a man?
No, madam. Nothing human could make such a sound.
At first, I couldn't believe it was them. Not like that, it couldn't be. And then I saw pieces of Marissa's dress soaked in blood. And I saw Armand's face when he came back out of the sewer. And I knew it. My husband, my family were dead.
One of the officers' walkie-talkies was on commo during the attack. Now, I've isolated the unidentified sound made from the recording from the local police dispatch.
It most closely resembles the warning sound of the bear. So we compiled the attack sounds of all of the Ursus arctos species native to this part of the world, hoping for some kind of a match, but...
European brown bears have been extinct in this region since the turn of the century.
Exactly. So we widened the net, and this is what we came up with.
What is it?
A North American grizzly.
Our objective is to identify and confirm the origin of the phenomenon, rectify the situation so that public safety and your national security aren't compromised.
I understand. I've been instructed by my superiors to assist you in any way I can.
I've seen pictures of the victims, but we would like to conduct our own examination of the bodies.
Certainly.
Time is of the essence, madame.
I'll see to it personally.
Thank you. This is Ray Donahue.
Commander, your help is appreciated. But it's imperative your involvement not contaminate the investigation.
My instincts toward the course of action in this case do not include poking about with probes. We should go after this thing with everything we've got.
Your concern is duly noted.
Are you a parent, Professor? I'm a mother of 3 children. 2 of them are the same ages as those murdered girls.
I understand your position in this matter, Commandant. However, this is not a search and destroy mission, it's a scientific investigation.
Lives are at stake, monsieur.
Professor Doyle?
Excuse me.
Commander.
Listen, Connor. These impressions are totally inconsistent with paw prints from the bear family. You see this 4-toed spread, scale markings? It looks more like a reptile.
So we're dealing with more than one creature?
Well, it seems that way, except these prints indicate only one animal leaving and re-entering the sewer. I don't know, it doesn't make sense.
Cooper, the deaths are consistent with a nut with a knife.
Yeah, and I know, but when you factor in all the environmental assessments, as well as the depth and accuracy of all these impressions, I don't know, I just don't think it's very likely.
Impossible?
Let's just say, if it was a guy wearing lizard feet, he had to have weighed at least 600 kilos.
All right, let's stay together.
Hold it. What is this stuff?
It's radioactive. Some kind of organic waste byproduct.
Can you see me? The gain's up all the way.
It's dark, but operational.
Acknowledge. Alpha Team, proceed with caution. Affirmative. Any idea what it might be, Cooper?
Do you have any readings?
Negative. Checking other feeds. Bear!
Donahue, there's something moving through Tunnel 7. The surveillance system is down, Tunnel 7. Visual and audio communications are knocked out. Alpha Team, do you copy?
We copy. Permission to proceed to Tunnel 7 and attempt first-hand visuals.
Negative. Alpha Team, retreat to sewer entrance. We need more security before we go after it.
Affirmative. We're on our way.
Have Saint-Cyr clear our men. Let's run that audio again, see if it's another match. Case log update. The death of 2 officers of Commandant Saint-Cyr's squad has resulted in her increasing desire to terminate this phenomenon. I'm requesting additional security and more scientific and technical support from headquarters. Ray, the autopsies have been scheduled for 1,300 hours.
I'll arrange for transport.
What do you think?
Well, I really can't conclude anything, except judging from the size of that limb. We're dealing with a creature that's gotta be at least 7 feet tall. But there are so many inconsistencies.
Good news. The police officer who was attacked has come out of his coma.
Lindsay, get over to the hospital, see what he remembers. Cooper, I need you to look at the victims' bodies, see if you can find anything conclusive. I want to know exactly what we're up against.
I must concur with our autopsy report. The lacerations do appear to have been inflicted by a large bear-like claw. Individual wounds are narrow, approximately 4 millimeters in width, ranging in depth from superficial to 4 centimeters. Large areas of flesh in the upper torso have been torn away. The bite pattern is indicative of a large, flat, rounded snout with multi-layered, sharp, irregular teeth. This pattern is consistent with the feeding behavior of alligators. Fiber and follicle found in the left shoulder wound of victim number 1 appears to be a coarse hair, not belonging to the victim. Hey, Connor, come and have a look at this. The one on the left is a hair follicle from a grizzly bear.
The one on the right?
A fiber that I extracted from one of the victim's wounds. I think we got a match, but I'm gonna send it to headquarters for DNA analysis. It looks like the first 2 victims were attacked by a grizzly bear, left for dead, and then scavenged by an American alligator.
Beg your pardon?
But I thought everything indicated only one creature.
I know, but now I'm not so sure. At the same time, it's impossible for 2 unlike species to mate and form a viable offspring.
And what do we make of this?
Where did this come from?
The policeman, Jacques Gauthier, our only eyewitness.
What do you think?
Mutations this elaborate rarely survive birth.
I've isolated the radioactive material from the sewer. It's an isotonic tracer used in medical and biological research. For example, this isotope could be used to highlight a particular organ on an X-ray, or to track the growth of a tumor.
Could it be hospital waste?
Yeah, it could be. But just upstream from this part of the sewer is a charming multinational corporation called Biodefin.
High-tech genetic research.
Oh, yeah. Cutting-edge stuff.
Check them out.
Again, I assure you, we are scrupulous in our containment procedures, and we pride ourselves on our concern for the environment. But I appreciate your need to get to the bottom of this matter.
When can we speak to Monsieur Junot?
Oh, he'll be back next week. I'm sure he'll be able to answer any other questions you and your organization may have. Bonjour.
So what do you think?
I suppose he could be on the up and up. It's just that...
Too many coincidences.
It'll be interesting to see just how long it does take Monsieur Junot to get back to us. Impressive equipment, Professor.
We're hoping to pinpoint the exact location of the creature.
We've decided on a search and capture strategy.
Capture it? You must be joking.
Not in the least. The OSIR is in charge of this investigation, and until I say differently, we will attempt to capture the creature, or at least identify it.
I'll see that the proper security is in place. But tell me, Professor, how many more have to die in the name of your scientific investigation? I must warn you, my patience is wearing thin.
Ray.
We can arm the men with high-caliber tranquilizing guns, radio-controlled darts. If we can't bring it down, we can at least tag it.
Get the team together. We'll go in tonight.
Donner, do you copy?
10-4. Visual feeds coming through with minimal interference.
Have we reached the edge of our initial perimeter?
Affirmative. You're approximately 200 meters from the junction.
Move in. Stay sharp, everyone.
I don't like this. They're moving out of our range.
I've got something. Hey guys, I think you ought to see this. Oh, hold it. There's enough toxicity in this area to melt your boots.
Disgusting.
I'll take another sample.
Is it here?
Motion sensor reads negative.
Then let's bring it to us.
Got something in tunnel 6A. It's moving fast.
Where is it?
Heading this way. 100 meters and closing. We can intercept it. Junction 4B.
We have a lot of activity down there.
Could be more than one animal. Doyle, recommend you evacuate immediately.
Negative, Donner. Bravo team, meet at junction 4B.
Sandra, move it.
Hailed. Almost done. Guess that'll do.
Team, repeat. Meet at junction 4B. And let's be ready for it.
Any visuals?
Flashes. It's moving too fast and erratic.
Bravo. Unable to pinpoint location or description of what's down there. Use extreme caution. Repeat, use extreme caution.
Get ready now.
Believe it.
Go! Go!
Sparse hair covering over thick, scaly epidermis. Body temperature indicates warm-blooded, possibly mammalian order. Sex appears to be female. Now proceeding with the internal examination. Overall organ structure appears normal. Respiratory, pulmonary, and digestive systems. Internal reproductive organs again suggest female sex of the mammalian order.
Professor Doyle, what is this thing?
I'm hoping we can determine that when all the data is in, Doctor.
When do you and your team think you will be through?
Hey, Connor. Look, I have just got started on this.
In due time. Why do you ask?
The mayor, the army, the department, they all want this to go away. And so do I.
We'll work as fast as we can.
Well, my preliminary findings indicated that this was some kind of genetic experiment involving an alligator and a grizzly bear.
And my results suggest that this genetic hybrid was created prior to being released into the contaminated sewer system, which points its finger squarely at Biodefin.
Everything does seem to point in that direction, but it shouldn't be possible.
Well, personally, I'm interested in why they did it rather than how. Well, I don't know, but maybe this creature was mistakenly dumped with the toxic waste when everyone thought it was dead.
Let's see if we can't persuade this Biodefin to let us have a look at their facility. I'll contact HQ and apprise them of our plans. Final log update. We can only speculate on the true nature of the creature's origin. Several theories have been formulated. It could have been prehistoric, a revolutionary man-made genetic hybrid, or a natural fluke mutation. A toxic cleanup of the sewer system has been ordered, and headquarters is proceeding with an investigation into Biodefin and the whereabouts of its principals. End of transmission.
Perhaps the OSIR's documentation of this event offers terrible vindication to those who believe in monsters. But even more monstrous is the absence of humanistic and moral guidance as man crosses over into the realm of outright biological creation. I mean, what else is being developed in these biolabs, and for what purpose?
The cedar has seen better days. I'll have to replace it next year.
Yeah. What, you got money stuffed in your mattress or something?
Yeah. Listen, a college boy like you still remember how to drive a tractor? Huh?
Whoa, funny guy. How'd he turn it on anyway?
Oh, you got me. Just take it out to the, north quarter there. I'll meet you there.
All right.
Brad! I'm gonna cut it off. Something stuck here.
Good throw. Nice catch, Grandpa.
Lemonade, Matt? Matt?
Yeah, that'll be great.
Hey, Grandpa, let's see some heat.
Some heat? Let's see what we can do. Okay. Oh! Sorry, Josh.
It's nice to see you with Joshua again, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not quite the same, though, is it?
Grandpa, watch out!
Newton's first law of motion. An object remains at rest unless acted upon by an external force. But what if an object moves without any visible evidence of force acting upon it? This was the disturbing complication which further upset the life of Matt Peck after he suffered the tremendous physical loss of his right arm. A complication that drove him and his family to reconsider the laws of motion as we generally understand them, with the help of the Office of Scientific Investigation and Research.
Now, this guy can hit. You watch him. See that rhythm he's got?
What do you know about rhythm?
Josh, why don't you go up to bed right now, okay?
Dad.
No, I gotta talk to Grandpa for a second. I'll be up in a sec, tuck you in.
Night.
Brush your teeth.
What is it, son?
You know, Josh and I have to get back in town in a couple days.
I know. I'm gonna miss that kid.
Yeah. He loves you a lot, you know. Listen, I was talking to Earl Johnson down at the hospital today, and, you know, he says those new prosthetic arms are just like the real thing. Maybe you should go down
They got
and...
fingernails? They got hair in the arms? They got blood in the veins?
Of course they don't. They're made of plastic and a lightweight steel alloy, which will allow you to
Well,
get...
then they're not just like the real thing, are they?
Here we are, boys. Although why two grown men can't do things for themselves.
Look, Dad, the doctors say that if you just go down...
Look, all I want to do is watch the ball game in peace, okay? Damn it. Get it down. I just... I'm useless. It's bloody...
Case manager's log, file number 52113. Initial contact made by Dr. Paul Slater, professor of biophysics, Penn State University. Dr. Slater was apprised of this claimed anomalous activity by one of the subjects and a former student, Brad Peck.
I just finished prepping the witnesses. I should be able to complete the preliminary interviews by this evening.
We'll need physiological and psychological assessments to follow.
I'll get started on that as soon as the prelims are done.
On-site inspection and circumstantial assessments underway.
When Dr. Hendricks has completed his report, proceed with environmental scans.
I'll start a preliminary layout.
Brad Peck asked me to come over and take a look. Said he'd never seen anything like it before. And he was right. I found structural damage to the house and the property. And I saw some objects freezing in midair. It was, well, I don't know what it was. But it violates every principle of physics I'm aware of.
Dad was a classic football hero in college. Then he played top-tier baseball in services. He was good with his hands, you know. He was natural. So it was a bit rough for him when, you know, the accident. And I thought I might come around, deal with the loss of his arm, but, you know, all this stuff flying out of nowhere and...
This is gonna sound odd. I was walking with Matt, and I stumbled for a moment, and I felt a hand grab my elbow to steady me. It was almost gentle. There was nothing there. It couldn't have been Matt. I was on his right side. It was the strangest sensation. It was almost comforting.
Case file update. Axon and Gerard are beginning an environmental analysis of the Peck farm. As well, assessments of witnesses underway.
How did you feel when you first woke up in hospital?
What do you think? I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to wake up.
Do you feel any differently now that you've had time to live with it?
No, not really.
You're not very comfortable discussing this, are you?
I suppose not. Does that make me a difficult patient?
I've seen worse.
When exactly did this injury occur?
About 6 weeks ago. Healed up pretty well.
Remarkably, I'd say.
So what's all this stuff for?
It serves different purposes, really.
What about that one? Is that some sort of scanner or something?
This thing's called a magnetometer, and this measures fluctuations in those parts of the magnetic spectrum that often coincide with unusual phenomena.
Right on.
Yeah, science geeks like us use it a lot.
Well, this is where it happened. It's a normal day. It's pretty sunny like today, actually. You know, Dad and I have worked this land together since I was a kid. You know, I shut everything down. I know I did. It started up on its own.
I'm picking up inconsistent readings.
Nothing on my scan.
It was an accident.
Look here, right here, look at this.
Is that high?
It's off the scale.
Where's the source?
Look out!
Case file update. Background, historical, and archival assessments now underway. Nothing we have found so far suggests we are dealing with a hoax. Soil and water samples, glass and plaster fragments will be enclosed in data pouches labeled DD52113 en route for analysis. How much pain is he in?
Variable. Tingling, some sharp stabbing pain.
Is it real? I mean, is it physical?
Hard to say. As is the case with so many amputees, I can't tell whether Matt's disordered nervous system is causing the pain or the pain is being caused by Matt's disordered nervous system. But what intrigues me is Matt's neural reorganization is informed by his emotional state.
How do you mean?
Well, this injury has had a deep effect on his personal esteem. He's still in denial. He still won't face the implications of losing his right arm.
What about the actual amputation? Anything specific about the site itself?
Well, the skin graft has healed incredibly fast.
How fast?
3 or 4 weeks ahead of schedule, considering the size of the injury.
Interesting. Keep tracking his recovery. Peter.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Thanks, Curtis. There's no evidence of any toxic or hazardous substances capable of inducing hallucinations or any kind of perceptual abnormalities. We did, however, find a geophysical anomaly.
Well, that might explain the runaway vehicle?
Yeah, sorry about that. We found a deposit of magnetite that created a strong enough field to momentarily throw the magnetometer out of whack. We ran some more tests, and we found that the deposit was actually concentrated enough, along with worn linkage, to pull the truck. And I think that that's what caused the seeder to start spinning, even though the motor was off.
So the magnetite may have caused Matt's accident?
Yeah, it looks that way.
Could this deposit have caused the other occurrences as well?
No, the field it generates is too localized. It would only affect things in close proximity.
All right, let's conduct further tests. What about the events at the house?
Well, the data's far from conclusive, but it all points in one direction.
And that is?
Matt Peck.
Yeah, well, how long is it going to take? You've been here nearly a week.
Matt, they are trying to help.
If they want to help me, they should help with the farm work.
Oh, please, give them a chance.
Look, this is not a research center for the crippled.
You are not a cripple, Matt.
I just want to be done with things moving around by themselves.
Mr. Peck, if you just give us a little more time to...
I want to tell you something. Son of a...
At 2200 hours of day 6 of this investigation, something extraordinary happened. It was witnessed both by Matt and Sarah Peck, and Curtis here saw it as well. Now, we captured this event in a variety of monitoring equipment, but we got the best results from thermal imaging. Check this out.
Let's see that last part again.
I'll slow it down. It's remarkable. And look at his biostat readings during the incident. These readings coincide with the moment of the phantom appendage phenomenon.
Well, we've covered all other plausible explanations for this phenomenon. Any other theories?
It could be a subatomic energy matrix generated by Matt Peck.
This suggests that Matt is solely responsible for the phenomena.
You're right.
But someone else in the house could be using latent PK ability to produce the appendage.
No, Matt's psych profile suggests that if he were the one that was causing this, he would be the one to tell us first. Honesty is a high priority with him.
So, last night, Matt saw the glass falling and without thinking, just threw it.
He's still at a very strong stage of denial. He hasn't completely accepted the loss of his arm.
So it's conceivable that the traumatic loss caused Matt to access innate but unconscious psychokinetic powers, and they manifest themselves in a situation where he reacts involuntarily.
Let's show them the tape. See how they react.
You can turn that damn thing off.
Dad, weren't you watching? You did this.
Now, they did that. These days, people can put anything they want on tape.
Mr. Peck, I assure you we haven't tampered with the tapes.
Look, I would know if I was making things move.
Dad.
I know I didn't do that. You're all out of your minds.
Dad, why don't you just give them 5 minutes, all right? Just listen to them for 5 minutes.
We need to run more tests to help you and us better understand this phenomenon and hopefully assist you to use it with more control.
Matt, please.
That freak show is not me.
Case log update. We have been given an extraordinary opportunity to observe and research an unusual form of PK activity. But the meeting with Matt Peck this evening was very disappointing. I'm concerned we may lose this opportunity to study this phenomenon.
If Matt will cooperate, I'd like to run some more tests.
Such as?
Well, I'd like to see how much of his ability is reflexive and voluntary action and how much can be controlled, how much can be linked to his perceptual experience.
At the moment, it seems pretty haphazard.
Well, we have to remember that he's been through a very traumatic experience. I would suggest counseling him.
What do you have in mind?
Well, if he's willing, I would like to start a program of hypnotherapy, pre-conscious suggestion.
He could be eased into his own method of controlling his phantom limb. Copy. I'll be right out.
Mr. Rollins. If Matt knew I was talking to you, he'd throw one hell of a fit.
I understand. He's a very proud man.
Are you sure Matt is responsible for all these strange occurrences?
Pretty sure. We need to run some more tests.
And you can teach him how to use this power?
I can't guarantee that, but we'll try. We have operatives who specialize in these kinds of cases. But first, Matt has to stop denying that his life is different now.
He's not ready for that. He may never be ready.
If we could get him to accept his newfound ability, it could become as good as a real arm.
I'll talk to him. Matt? You have to let them help you. Teach you about this power you have.
I don't have any power, Sarah.
You'd rather live the rest of your life bitter and disappointed? They have proof, Matt. Look. You are not a freak. You're my husband. And somehow, God gave you this gift. Let these people teach you how to use it.
I don't want any gift. I just want things to be the way they used to be.
Oh, but they can't be, Matt. And you are no less of a man because of it.
I didn't do all those things. And no matter what you say or what they say, I'm not going to change my mind. No, I mean, all those scientists have proved is absolutely nothing. They've fed this family a lot of lies, a lot of false hope, you know, and I want them to leave.
Oh, Matt, don't.
No, I'm serious. No, the first thing tomorrow. I'm serious.
It's beyond me. It's beyond me, but it's getting to me, I'll tell you that. It really is. Grandson, I mean, you know, how do you think he feels? I mean, he's terrified. You know, the wife's terrified. I'm not working properly, I'm not sleeping properly.
He's not himself. Jumpy, irritable. Not himself. And sometimes he really loses it, you know. These violent outbursts. It's not the man I married at all.
I can't work the farm properly. I'm a half a man here, basically. All right? Anyways, I've had enough of this. Turn this thing off. Can you turn this off? What is this, anyways? It's just more aggravation for me.
Okay, Matt, if that's what you want.
Curtis, maybe Matt and I could talk for a while, discuss the options.
No, there are no options. You and your team have been here for a week, and you've turned this place into a funhouse.
We'll be gone by noon.
Good.
Isn't there anything you can do?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Peck.
Matt?
Hey, Grandpa, look at me.
Joshua, you come down from there right now.
Aw, come on.
Joshua, I mean it. Be careful. Joshua! Oh, Lord.
Grandpa, help! Help!
This is Rollins, 1078. Copy that, I'm on my way.
I'm almost there. Just hold on.
Help!
Hold on, Josh. Josh? Josh.
Grandpa, help!
Listen to me. Listen. Relax. Try and take my hand, okay? Just relax and try and take my hand. Just reach.
Help!
Josh! George! It's okay. It's okay, I've got you. Oh, my God.
Final case log entry. Since the final incident in the barn, Matt Peck has become enthusiastic participant in the OSIR's program to study his psychokinetic powers. Closing case file number 52113. Curtis Rollins, out.
After 19 months of training with the OSIR, Matt Peck refined the involuntary energy of his phantom limb and learned to control it. Now, has what we've just seen violated Newton's first law? That an object remains at rest unless acted upon? Well, not really. You see, Matt Peck was able to concentrate this newfound psi-kinetic force to take the place of his missing limb and act upon the objects in the world around him. I'm Dan Aykroyd for Psi Factor.